As Jane said, I own Pure Barre and Cycle Bar in Lee Summit, and I brought some friends with me today, my general managers, as well as Mila, who's our fantastic assistant. So Matt reached out to me and said, hey, we have a Recess for Success. We want to talk about health and wellness in the new year. Big topic, right? We start January, everyone's like, I'm gonna lose 40 pounds, or I'm gonna run 10 miles every day by the end of 22. That's great. How many of you kept up with your New Year's resolution that you set at the beginning of the year? Nice, oh my gosh, winners. Maybe you guys should come up and help me give this presentation. Liar.
I have drinking a beer every day. She said New Year's resolution.
And done. All right, well, life is all about balance. Hey, you know, sometimes I'm partial to wine, but I like to enjoy that. But we just want to talk to you today about how to set health and fitness goals to make them realistic, but also help overcome some of the excuses and objections that you bring upon yourself. And then talk a little bit about the why behind those goals. So any of you have ever read Simon Sinek's Start With Why? That's kind of the basis behind the worksheet that you see there. So we're gonna talk a lot about the why behind your goal so that you can continue to set that goal and continue to reach it. I know Jeff gave a presentation last month about dumb goals, so we're kind of gonna build on that. Dreaming big, what was the U? Unimaginable, unattainable?
Unrealistic.
Unrealistic, yes. Austin Gray gave me the full rundown, right? At the, he got stuck on the D. So I want you to think about your health and wellness goals, not just from a weight loss standpoint, because obviously it's so much more than that. It can be, I want to feel better. I want to have energy to play with my grandchildren. I want to wake up and feel great in the day. I want to fit into a certain pair of jeans, or I'm going on a trip with my friends and I want to be able to surf or wakeboard or do whatever activities you want to do while you're on vacation. And so getting your body aligned and ready to do that is going to be essential. Daryl and I were just talking about the importance of health and wellness just to keep your longevity going and really set those long-term goals, because the healthier that you are, obviously the better you're going to perform, not just for yourself, but your friends and your family, and then business, which is why we're all here, right? But let's make that third on our list. So you guys have a goal setting sheet in front of you. The first task I'm going to give you is I want you to write down in pen, if you have one, if not, we have some, what your health and fitness goal is for the year. Do you want to take more multivitamins? Do you want to drink more water? Do you want to tone up? Whatever that is, go ahead, write down your goals on that line. Does everyone have a goal written down? If not, I can give you a couple more seconds. Okay, so while a goal is great and you've written down your goal, you wrote it down, there's more likely chance that you're going to achieve it. I can't remember who did studies on it. Someone did. They told us that writing down a goal makes it more attainable. What I want you to think about now, there's a circle, and Y is in the center of your circle. In the center of your circle, write down why you want to attain this goal. All right, as you guys are kind of thinking about that, writing it down, what I'd like you to do between the 2 or 3 people, depending on how many people you have in your table, is discuss your goal and discuss your why. And listen to other people's whys, listen to other people's goals. It might spark some interest, it might spark some change within you as you start to set your goals for this new year. So go ahead, have a little discussion. What are the other people around you looking at? The next discussion part of this is, as you were listening to people talk about their goals, they might say something about the goal, but as soon as you get to the why, that's really the crux behind what they're looking to do. That's the meat and potatoes, that's the important part. If you're looking because you have health concerns or certain things are happening, there's obviously more of like a medical driving factor behind that, but then you also want to take care of your wife and you want to be there to be in those situations. So every time I think that you set a goal, you need to have a why behind it. For the next reason being, down at the bottom of your pages, there are 2 boxes. The box on the left-hand side says objections. I would like for you to list 2 to 3 reasons, objections, excuses, whatever those might be, that you will not attain the goal that you wrote at the top of the page. The box to the right says overcoming or something of that nature, overcome. Based on your why, how will you overcome the list of objections that you just wrote down for yourself? Whether you need to write one thing down to overcome all of the objections that you've just listed, or maybe you need to line item each one. Get introspective and look at what things that you can do or how you make your why stand out to overcome the objections you just listed. So, you guys just got to discuss and talk a little bit about your objections and how you're gonna overcome them. Once again, I'm gonna ask if a couple people would be willing to share with the group, particularly that overcoming the objection section of it. Because I think a lot of people in the room probably have the same objection. We're all thinking about time, we're thinking about availability in our schedules, but I would love to hear with your why, how you plan on overcoming certain objections. So whoever wants to share, maybe different people than last time, but totally up to y'all. There's a consistent theme when you're looking at overcoming your objections. A lot of it is prioritizing what your goal is or what your why is. So simply saying, I have this goal, that's fabulous. But until you make it a true priority, which if you're looking at the definition of priorities, you can only have a couple of them. Not everything can be a priority. You have a to-do list and you have a priority list. So when you're looking at your goal and you're looking at your why, I just challenge you to think about those objections that you've already overcome. You've already made the plan. So just go ahead and step into doing it. So that takes us to the rest of the circle. So you have your center, that's why. The next outer circle is how. So start to brainstorm certain things that you can do. Maybe they're baby steps. Maybe it's that you're walking around the block every single day, or maybe it's 3 days a week. So that you can start to celebrate your small wins, because what that's gonna do in your body, you're gonna have this hormone response where you're attaining your goals, you're getting a little more endorphins, you're happy with what you're doing, and that's gonna continue to build your confidence as you continue to go through the rest of your goal. So if you can think about taking your whole goal at your entire year and breaking it down to bite-sized pieces so that you can start to attain those small wins, that's only gonna help you get there in a stronger manner. And then also give yourself grace on the flip side of that, okay? Some weeks are hard. Sometimes our kids get sick, and so we have to prioritize that over currently what we need to be doing. But the idea is that you need to get right back into the prioritization of yourself, because you can only be your best self focusing on that for the rest of everybody else. Then the next outer circle is what. So instead of just what are you gonna do, I want you to think about the what as what impact is achieving your goal gonna have on yourself, your friends and your family, and then your business or the workplace that you service. Because those are gonna be big things. Once again, you can always look at your why, you can look at your goal, but if you can think about how this is gonna better yourself, your family, and potentially the people that you service or are around on a daily basis, that's only gonna make everybody else better. Like Jeff said, with him doing his goal of trying to get down to a lower % body fat, his boys are already joining in. Like that's already having a ripple effect. And so this isn't just for health and wellness, but if you can think about this in a lot of things, if you can think about what you are doing and how that's impacting the rest of the people that you interact with, you're only gonna have a better result.